Hello and welcome to the Buhi presentation. My name is Peter Ramos and I am the marketing manager here. And today I just wanted to give you a brief rundown on how we've been doing within the marketing department. So some of the goals that we had at the beginning that the CMO helped point out were that we needed to spend the entire budget each week. We knew that marketing was really important, and so really by diversifying our marketing strategies and really using all our budget, that's how we get the best return on it. And so we had the goal of spending 75% of our budget on the promotion of the content, and then using about 25% of our budget actually on the content, because it did cost money to produce videos and get pictures and other things like that. Also, we wanted to grow our brand awareness and just have more people familiar with our name and know what kind of products that we sell. And then we also wanted to increase our engagement, specifically on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. And then we also wanted to increase our sales. Specifically, like I said, on social media, we wanted to increase our engagement. And so we looked at which platforms were more used heavily for our demographics. And so our most popular demographics were men and women around the ages of 18 to 24, even up to the ages of 28. But we saw that they had high engagement on Facebook and Instagram, and so that's why we had Facebook and Instagram with a bit higher engagement than Twitter, since that's not used as much. But specifically with Instagram, because that had the highest use among those three social platforms. So our marketing plan strategy at first was just to try a little bit of everything. We didn't have to invest a whole lot of money into each strategy. We just had to see the results on it and go from there. So once we started to see the platforms that worked well, such as Instagram, we would invest more money the following week into those platforms and just repeat that and see if we could test out new things and see what worked better. And then further on, we were able to work with influencers, which are basically social media or people on social media, and they have a reputation with a lot of followers. And so we didn't know which influencers to work with first, and so we tried a little bit of all of them, and we were able to focus on specific influencers that really gave us a great return. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. So the content that worked really well, we're having sales like 25% off or 15% off sale or free shipping. That was a really popular one. We tried not to do informational articles because people weren't really interested in them, such as blog posts, just because people within our target demographic might not have a whole lot of time to be reading on their phone or on their computer. And so we thought that getting straight to the point, letting people know that when we were having sales, that seemed to do really well. Our secret sauce was probably a mixture of ketchup and mayo. Just kidding. It was actually doing giveaways with influencers. Once we were able to do that, we saw a really great return on world travelers as brand ambassadors, and that actually gave us an ROI of 736%, which is pretty crazy. And so we definitely continued to do that after we saw that it had such a high return. Some of the channels that we used, as I said earlier, were Facebook and Instagram, mainly because those gave us a really great return and gave us high engagement levels. We did use Pinterest organically, and then we used some YouTube ads, and those worked a bit, but we just didn't see that they were profitable in the long run. So we actually did have a crisis. I'm sure you guys are well aware of the Taylor Swift crisis that happened a few months back, and so we just wanted to let you guys know how we handled it. So basically, we looked to see which platforms people were aware of our brand and this incident, And so once we figured that out, we made an official statement on each of those platforms, such as Facebook and Instagram, and just let people know that we don't encourage any poorly treated employees. And although we do outsource work to other countries, um, we will never do business with any companies that we find treating their employees poorly. And so we believe that turned around, and our sales actually went back to normal after just 3 months. And so yeah, so if we ever have a situation like that again happen, um, we'll be able to look at this crisis that we had and do the similar thing. So these are our results over the months that I've been marketing manager. Our total revenue was um, over $200,000, and in comparison to how much money we had to spend on it, we think that's really good because, as you can see there, it says that we had a 308% return on investment, and a lot of that came from just working with influencers, but coupling that with social posts, it proved very effective. And so, just in conclusion, I just wanted to mention that we are going to continue testing new forms of social media. As I'm sure you guys have heard, there's a new platform called TikTok, and that's definitely growing a lot, as well as Clubhouse, which is kind of a audio platform for people to talk to each other. And so, yeah, as we continue to move forward, we'll try to use those platforms as well as reach out to new influencers. And as I previously said, quickly address any crises that could negatively affect our brand, just so that we don't, um, take any hit to our sales, and that we'll be able to keep Buhi a strong company. So that's it. Thank you.